Good morning. It's March the 2nd. I apologize for the sound. My battery died on my microphone. I intended to plug it in last night and didn't. I knew it was probably getting low, and sure enough, when I plugged it in today, it didn't work. So, at least I hope that's what's going on. There's also a possibility it's a problem with the power port on my iPhone where it plugs into, because I had to switch chargers last night for no apparent reason, so maybe I'm gonna have to upgrade my iPhone too. Anyway, you can hear me, and it's not too windy, so it shouldn't be too bad. The problem with the phone mic is usually wind noise, and also if I turn my head, it'll suddenly drop to nothing. But you get more ambient noise, which is perhaps interesting in its own way. Yes, I'm headed downtown again. I had thought I might walk to the dentist this morning, but thinking about it, knowing I'd have to carry my computer all that way, it's a good 45-minute walk just to there, and then there'd be another one back downtown. So I decided to drive to the dentist and walk downtown. I have a lunch meeting with the fellow whose musical I'm writing the script for, so that's taking me down there. But we'll go to Brood Awakening first, and I will work there for an hour on the Kickstarter for Shapers of Worlds Volume 4, which I hope to launch March 14th now. So not next week, as I originally thought, but the week after. The story and everything is there. I have to now put in the rewards and figure out the pricing and the add-ons and all that stuff. So that'll take... I hope I'll get it done today, actually. And then I can have the involved authors review it, make sure everything's correct, and then I can submit it. And then it will launch on March 14th. And I can promote it leading up to that. So, and then it's a busy time once it launches. The very day it launches, I'm being interviewed. Although I don't know if it's live or going later, but I'm sure I'll be talking about it at that point, and for all the interviews I have coming up. Oh, hello. Trying to read it. Yalmaz, I think. Hello. Davin School. Oops. Okay, I won't turn that way. The gimbal said, no, I don't want you to turn. There it goes. Anyway, where my daughter went to school, right over there. Davin School. The gimbal's been acting up too, so things fall apart. Your equipment cannot hold. The gimbal's getting kind of old. At some point I'll need a new one. But it still does what I want it to do. There's much fancier ones, and even this one, with the software that comes with it, there's all sorts of capabilities for if you're using it as a camera platform to like follow action automatically or faces and stuff like that. But although I can imagine making use of that, I never have. I'm just using it for motion capture, and I don't use the software that came with it. Not motion capture, but motion dampening. I don't use the software that came with it because it's a live streaming thing, so I use the Prism live streaming studio software, which lets me live stream to Facebook, YouTube, and to Twitter all at the same time, and others too, but I don't have any others to live stream to. Now when I start my new podcast, I'm going to use Restream Studio, but that's different because it's not this kind of walking around thing. It's done on the desktop. Yes, I'm going to start a new podcast any week now. I have some possible guests, and it'll be about books as well, but unlike the World Shapers, it'll be about new releases. And it'll go possibly live to this YouTube channel, so if you're a subscriber, once that starts, you should get notifications whenever there's a new episode. I could put the world shapers on here, but I never have because it's static and it's just audio, and it just seems silly to me to put something like that on YouTube, and you'd have to still do some sort of video component. So I've kept that one as an old style audiobook podcast, not audiobook, but audio only. What are they doing over there? It's like they're planting trees. We're selling Christmas trees, but it's the wrong time of the year for that. Have those trees been there and I just never noticed them? Probably. No, I don't know what they're doing. So they're not planting trees. It's just because of where they are. I thought, have those trees always been there? This is part of the Royal Saskatchewan Museum. Used to be Saskatchewan Government Telephones. The Upholds Tavern. Of course, I walked down this very street going the other way last night in the dark, which was fun. More interesting than now, I think. I only have about an hour at the coffee shop, but I still wanted to go there and to start with before I go to the hotel for lunch. Lunch is at 12:30, so a little later than I usually get there. Hello. Someone. Trying to read it. Shantanu, I think. From India. Hello. Again, my eyesight is requires reading glasses, so sometimes I have a hard time. Yeah, 12 hours different then. 10:30 in the morning here. Well, looks like I can't cross Albert Street here either. So. Again, I apologize for the sound. My microphone battery died, so today I'm just on the iPhone mic. This lot has been empty forever. There used to be a gas station there, and I don't think anybody wants to do the necessary cleanup to build there. Now, for some reason, my left knee is hurting. What's that all about? This is Class Act Studios, dance studio, where my daughter danced once upon a time for many years. And in a different studio that burned down before that, and a different studio in between the two. So she was in 3 different studios, 3 different spaces, same company. And there's a glimpse of the downtown buildings, that City Hall in the middle. Something's really hurting in my left knee, and I don't have no idea why. It's something to it. I don't know what. Or maybe it's just a cramp. I don't usually have any knee problems. Continue north on Albert because I haven't had a good opportunity to cross yet. Sometimes I end up going all the way to Victoria, which is the street where the coffee shop is. Lots of ice here to watch out for again. Trying to read it. Yalmaz, I still sound young. Thank you. I'm not. 63, 64 this summer. Not quite a senior citizen officially, but for some... Oh, I could have crossed there. I didn't check to see. For some purposes, I'm a senior already. 55 and older. In many places, they give you a discount, which I don't quite get because people who are 55 are in the prime of their working lives these days. Someone's been chopping the ice here, but it's about 3 inches thick, in case you're wondering. It's the cat cafe. There's one cat in the window. Hello, pussycat. Be careful along here because it's solid ice and rough, like bumpy. So sometimes your foot will go in an unexpected direction. It's about -8 Celsius right now, so quite pleasant. Number one fire hall over there, and Credit Union Central is the round building. Going up to almost freezing today, then it cools off again. No sign of a big thaw yet. Spring is around the corner, but it's still around the corner. Hasn't made it on the main street here yet. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with my knee all of a sudden. I don't think I've hurt it in any way, but there it is, twinging on me. Press the button. That's why we don't actually have a walk light. Still, this gets me across, which is all I can care about. See, number one fire hall there. And then we can jaywalk here because it's a one-way. Victoria. North Canadian Oils building. There's the Credit Union Central again over there. My dentist used to be there, but not for a long time. The one I go to now is a different dentist in a different place. Well, just stopping back there to flex my knee seems to have made a big difference. I don't know what that was all about. That's one way you know you're older. Random pains. And you don't necessarily even know why, and they don't necessarily last, but they come and go. You can roll over in bed and pull a muscle. I really hate that. I've done it once or twice. Well, once anyway, but it makes an impression on you. This is the courthouse to my right, provincial courthouse. There's also a municipal courthouse, which I think is straight up this same street, if I remember right. I've never been in here. Walked by it a million times, but never had reason to go in. I've been in the other one because of contesting a parking ticket, which I had photographic proof had been erroneously issued, and they threw it out as soon as they saw that. In fact, they said it should never have gotten to them. It should have been taken care of during the review process, because you can get them reviewed online before it ever gets to where they take you to court. There's City Hall. There's the courthouse on the shady side of the street again now. Now I have to wait for a good place to cross over Victoria because the coffee shop's on the other side. About 2 more blocks, I guess. 3 more blocks. 3 more blocks from here. Not a very exciting entrance, but that's the front of the courthouse. It's the Balfour, my favorite apartment building. Coming up. Over there is Knox Metropolitan United Church. Well over 100 years old, that one. The main, the old part. Because it was there when the tornado hit in 1912. It would have been fairly new then. And it was heavily damaged and rebuilt. It doesn't look the same as it did before the tornado. I think it had 2 towers. Now it's only got 1. Start to see downtown. I like the entrance to the Balfour. It looks classy. And if you're going to shoot a movie here and pretend you're in New York, you probably use the Balfour for your high-end apartment buildings, establishing shots. And then up next we have First Baptist Church, which was also heavily damaged in the tornado. The dome was blown right off of it back in 1912. Worst tornado disaster in Canadian history. Killed 20-some people here in Regina. The tornado came right up this street, basically. Okay, we'll cross over. Since it looks like we're going to get the light here perfectly. Yep. Another look at Knox Met there. This is Victoria Park. Oh, there's another note there. What does that say? Ooh, I couldn't answer that. I don't know what's better from a student point of view. The university is bigger in Saskatoon, quite a bit bigger. It's much more of a university town. We have the University of Regina, but we're more of a government town. Most people would say Saskatoon's a bit more vibrant. Better restaurants anyway, for the most part. If I were guessing, I'd say Saskatoon, just because they're such a university town. They have a bigger student population, and young population, which is going out and doing things. And so, also less government offices up there and more private companies. That would be my guess, but I can't say for sure. There's the Hotel Saskatchewan, now a Marriott, which is where I will be for lunch in my meeting, and in the Curvy building. Oh, let's take a quick look down here at the cenotaph. There you go. And the Curvy building there is Sask Power. It's been a long time since I was a student looking for a job. It's been a long time since I was looking for a job, being a freelancer. I occasionally throw my resume into something, but at my advanced age, I'm unlikely to be getting a new job. So, good thing I'm a freelancer. I was a freelancer before freelancing was cool. It'll be 30 years this September since I quit my job, my last full-time long-term job. I've done a couple of 4 or 6 month contracts over the years where I had to report to an office, but otherwise it's been me and my computer trying to make a living and doing the best we can. Fortunately, I married an engineer. Excellent career move for a freelance writer slash actor slash singer. Walking downtown between the Twin Towers there, our Twin Towers. Another look at the Sask Power building. Joseph Pettick's design, inspired by Brazilian modernism. And my coffee shop is just up here on the left, so almost to the end of this. And I'll be back to walk home mid-afternoon time frame. If you subscribe, you'll get a notification when that goes live. Alrighty, we'll stop here. Thanks for walking with me, and I'll be back later.